It could be backed by other nations that did, which is why everyone is racing to get nuclear weapons. As we can all see what happened when Gaddafi decided not to, he ended up getting sodomized by a knife. But if you knock out the drug war, and we're talking about $64 to $65 billion a year annually from opium out of Afghanistan, you would pull the plug on the finances for a lot of these black operations. And people can see clearly, there is no grassroots revolution in Syria. These are paid-off mercenary groups. And each party and each faction have different interests for wanting to topple the regime. But if you think it's too complicated for multiple nations to get together and use mercenary groups to attack other nations or themselves, think again. Syria is a very clear example. Iran-Contra is another example where multiple nations got together, secretly created a lot of money selling drugs and weapons, and paid off mercenaries to fight in a third country, in Nicaragua. And 9/11 worked very much the same way. Our own Al-Qaeda attacked the United States with the U.S.'s own help, and it was covered up by the same intelligence agencies that started it to begin with. It acted as the pretext for the war on terror, which replaced the Cold War to justify all the massive military spending we've seen since, and the erosion of civil liberties and the rise of a despotic, fascist police state. Phase 1, secure Afghanistan, control the opium trade, which the Taliban had cut off. It's the Opium Wars too, just as the British had done before. The U.S. can create mass mercenary armies and foster and utilize terrorist groups at will. There's a reason Al-Qaeda has never attacked Israel. A war on terror is endless profiteering. The U.S. will have been in Afghanistan for over a dozen years soon. The objective has never been about winning, much less women's liberation or fighting for freedom. The whole point much less women's liberation or fighting for freedom. The whole point, and each party and each faction have different interests for wanting to topple the regime. But if you think it's too complicated, is another example where, and 9/11 worked very much the same way. Our own Al-Qaeda text for the war on terror, which replaced the create mass mercenary armies and foster and utilize